Hello everyone, this is Tiff. Decided this is a good time to do my EXO collection. The EXO is my main K-pop group. So yeah, I'll be showing pretty much my whole EXO collection aside from like photo cards and like other miscellaneous stuff. I'll just show like the albums and like photo books I have and yeah, all that good stuff. So let's get started with their debut mini album, Mama. I have the Chinese version or the XOM version, and then I also have the XOK version. This was such a good debut album. Like, this is the album that got me into EXO because it has like timeless gems on it, like What Is Love and History and what's the other song, Machine, and obviously Mama, ahead of its time if we're honest. I also have the Chinese press, XOM's Chinese press. These were Korean press, and this is the Chinese press, and it came in this jewel case, which I actually prefer this packaging over whatever this packaging is. But yeah, this is the Chinese press, and it's really nice. It has a really nice thick photo book. And yes, next up I have their first full album, XOXO. I have two Chinese versions, but they're like different. I can't remember how they're different, besides that this one has the sticker of this girl on it, and this one just has the regular album sticker on it. But yeah, I think that's like the biggest difference. One of my all-time favorite EXO albums, like such a good album. I still listen to this album like daily. You got Black Pearl, which is like one of my all-time favorite EXO songs ever. Don't Go, also one of my favorite EXO songs ever. Heart Attack, again. Baby, yes. My Lady, and yes. Moving on to the next album, which is the repackage of XOXO Growl. This is the Chinese version. You see a theme. I mostly collect the XOM versions for a while and up until certain points. Obviously, it's a song that made EXO blow up, and it's like the EXO song. What songs were added? I can't remember what songs were added to this. Fake XOL. After Growl, Miracles in December, their first Christmas album, Christmas mini album, and this is the XOM version or the Chinese version, whatever. Anyway, yeah, some other like really good gems on here. You got Miracles in December, which song of a lifetime, and then you have Christmas Day, which is a good song, but I think I overplayed it, so like now I'm just like I can't listen to it without feeling a type of way, if that makes sense. And then The Star, My Turn to Cry, which is the best EXO song. I'm gonna say that about a lot of songs actually. And then First Snow, which is still a classic. And then Miracles in December classical orchestra version, which I admittedly have not listened to ever. And then after Miracles in December, we got Overdose, the Chinese version, and it's in this ridiculous box packaging that I can never open. Like, it takes me forever to open. I never even open it. This is like like when I talk about how much I hate box packaging, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is all I see when I say I hate box packaging. I think about the Overdose packaging. It sucks. I hate this packaging. But I love this album. Probably my favorite EXO mini, like regular mini album. Just like I love every single song on here. Overdose is probably like my top 3 favorite EXO title tracks. And then you got Thunder. What are the songs on here? Moonlight, yes. Run, and I don't really care for Love, but that's okay. Like, I don't care. But like, even with Love on here, this is still a really great album. And then, you know, this is the last album of EXO as 12, which, you know, it is what it is. Moving on to Exodus. And for Exodus, I have Chen's cover. And this is the Chinese version. And then I also got Yixing's cover, also the Chinese version. And then I also have Schumann's version, or Schumann's cover, the Chinese version. This was actually the first copy I bought of Exodus, and it was a random version, and this was the version I got, which was nice. And I went back and got Chen's and Yixing, and then I also went back and got both of Tao's covers. So we got Chinese version and Korean version. I actually want to go back and get Chen's Korean version as well, because I need to have everything with Chen's face on it. Chen is my EXO bias for future reference. This is my favorite EXO album. Yes, this is my favorite EXO album. EXO full album. And I know it's like kind of controversial to say that this is your favorite EXO album, because people are like, oh, just move on, it's just blah blah blah. But literally, like, no, because this is literally their best album. This is also their best album concept wise, like when it comes to like styling, makeup, and photo shoot. Like, this was absolutely beautiful. And even with that sad video of Call Me Baby, even though I do like the Call Me Baby video, I just think the hype or like the build up to it was just like, when you get to it, it was just lackluster. But I love Call Me Baby, and I love that music video, and that's also like one of my probably my top 3 favorite EXO title tracks. Moving on to the next album, which is the repackage of Exodus, Love Me Right. And this is the Chinese version. First Love is my favorite song off of the repackage. Love Me Right, I thought it's still not one of my favorite EXO songs. Like, I feel kind of bad because it's like everyone's favorite EXO song, because it's like all upbeat and like whatever. But anyway, this cover, I like this cover. Even with these ridiculous outfits, I still love it. And I can't remember what this photo book was like. What is it? Oh yeah, and this had Tao was still in First Love, so yeah, that was interesting. He's not in Love Me Right or in Tender Love, but they kept him in First Love. And I'm really glad they did, because he sounded really good in that song. I was really sad when Tao left. I think I was the saddest when Tao left. I really love Tao. Next we have Love Me Right, Romantic Universe, not Chen's cover. This is their first Japanese single, so it's just the Japanese version of Love Me Right, but it's called Love Me Right, Romantic Universe. And it has Drop That on it, and Love Me Right, less vocal, Drop That less vocal, which is ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I don't really care too much about like the songs on here, but I wanted Chen's cover, and that's why I have it. So yeah. Next we have their second winter special album, Sing For You. This was a random version. I had choose. I didn't get to choose the member on here, and I got D.O.'s cover. I think this is the Korean version. Yeah. And I also got the Chinese version as well, and it was random, but I was lucky enough to get Chen's. Yay. But I also would like to get his Korean cover as well, just for the sake of like having another Chen thing. But Sing For You, probably one of EXO's more boring songs, but what's on here? I forget the track list, to be honest. Where's the track list? I think there was one song I really liked on here. Was it Girlfriend? Is that on here? Yeah, Girlfriend. That's the song I really, really liked. Yeah, I thought this album was okay. The astronaut theme was like really, really random, and I still don't really understand it. After Sing For You, what's after Sing For You? Oh yeah, we have Exact, third full album, and this is the Korean version, by the way. This is kind of like where I stopped getting the Chinese version for obvious reasons, because I was more EXO-M biased back when EXO-M was a thing, and obviously now EXO-M is gone and done, so that's, it's kind of useless to get the Chinese version now, especially since like now it's slowly kind of like they're fading it out and they're just focusing more on like Korean songs and stuff like that. But anyway, this is the Korean monster version of Exact, and I'm glad my sister got me this one, so because this one was actually my favorite one, and I really loved the monster, loved Lucky One. This was actually like some of my favorite EXO title tracks. My favorite songs on here are, besides Lucky One the Monster, obviously, are Cloud 9, which everyone hated. Like, I think that was like a lot of people's least favorite song, and One and Only, and They Never Know. Following Exact was the Exact repackage, which was Lotto. This is actually my favorite EXO repackage. Like, not my favorite mini, or not my favorite album, but my favorite repackage. Because I really loved the additions, and yeah, I love these 3 additions to the. Oh, actually, there was another song, but it was the Monster like remix, but I'm ignoring that because it didn't need to be on here. After Lotto, we have EXO's second single, or second Japanese single, Coming Over. I have Chen's cover, obviously. This album came out on my birthday in 2016, and that's what makes it special to me. Next is EXO's third winter special album, For Life, which is my favorite, well, I should say second favorite winter special album from EXO. I love For Life. Like, I love For Life. Yes. And I love the other songs too. Like, the other songs are really good. Falling For You, What I Want for Christmas, and Winter Heat are all really good. And this was the first time, or first year, that EXO put their, like, both Korean and Chinese versions of the album on on both. I mean, what am I saying? They put the Korean version and the Chinese version on one album. Oh my gosh. You have one version in the front, which I don't even know which version this is. It might be the Chinese version because it's black. And then the Korean version in the back. This is what I was talking about when I said I hated when the CDs were a part of the booklet, and like the CD kind of pushes through and it looks so bad in my opinion. But like, regardless of that, the photo book is like one of EXO's best photo books. Like, this is a gorgeous photo book. Like, the pictures are just amazing. I love this. After For Life, we enter a new EXO era, and it was The War. So I got all 3 copies, or all 3 versions of The War. This is version A, version B, and this is the private version. This is the first EXO album without Ishing. But anyway, this is probably, if I had to think about it, maybe my second or third favorite EXO album. I'm gonna say third because Exodus is first and XOXO is second. So this one can be third, The War, because this track list is really good. I listened to this album all through the summer of 2017 and like for the rest of the year, and they were just so good. My favorite songs are basically like from track 3, What You Do, and then Forever, Diamond, Touch is okay. And but I like Chill way more. So those are like my top 4 songs. Coco Pop or Coco Bop is a no for me. Even now, like I can't. Not even for EXO. I can't even pretend to like it for EXO. I can't. Like, I thought like after a while it would grow on me, and it never did. I feel like the more I listened to it, the more I hated it. And so I just stopped listening to it. But yeah. Probably the first time I actually hated an EXO title track. After The War, they came out with a repackage, because obviously, and they came out with Power, or the Power of Music, and they came out with they had these what do you call it, comic book themed concept. I don't know, yeah, comic book concept. And I actually bought the Chinese version of this one because I bought them as a set. So yeah, I just wanted to like double the chances of like me getting a Chen photo card, and like I didn't even get a Chen photo card anyway. But the concept is really cool. I liked it. As for the new additions to the album. Power, what was that? Boomerang. Boomerang is good. I love Boomerang, but Sweet Lies is actually the song. Next I'll show this. This is the Exordium in Soul CD, and I wasn't gonna buy it originally because I don't know, I just don't buy live CDs. I don't know, but I really wanted this one because of the photo book. I want to flip through it because it's really, really pretty. Just a bunch of live photos from EXO. I mean, I saw this concert live in person myself when it came to New York. Next up is EXO's fourth winter special album, Universe. I like the photo book in this album. I can say that. There's only one version of this album, and that is the mostly Korean version, which is it just has the Chinese version of Universe, and that's it. There's no Chinese version of the album at all. So I didn't really listen to this album. I think I only listened to it once or twice, and it's just not my favorite album. It's a different sound for EXO, but it's not one I like. Next up is EXO's first full Japanese album, Countdown. I love this. Actually, not the actual full album itself, but just the 4 new songs added on here, which was Electric Kiss, the single from that album, and then Loving You Mo, Into My World, and Cosmic Railway. And I wasn't really expecting much from EXO's Japanese discography because it's not really my favorite thing in the world, but these 4 songs just completely changed my mind because they are so good. And this came out earlier this year. This was January, so this was technically EXO's first comeback this year, but it was a Japanese comeback and they didn't really promote it, so it doesn't really count. But their real comeback was I can't even say it, Don't Mess Up My Tempo, which came out in November, and I have all 3 versions. There's just the Korean versions of this. There's no Chinese version or anything like that. So the only Chinese song on here is the Chinese version of Tempo. This track list is actually really, really good. I think I would rate it maybe in between The War and Exact or after Exact, depending. I think it might come before Exact. But yeah. Oh yeah, as for Tempo, I thought it was interesting. I liked it more than Coco Pop. I keep calling it Coco Pop. It's Coco Bop. Coco Bop. I like the Tempo more than Coco Bop. I thought it was way more interesting than Coco Bop. But again, not a song that I'm constantly coming back to because it's just not a song that I'm really that into. But I don't think it's bad. I think the acapella part is nice and everything. But yeah, just not my cup of tea. Oh my gosh, I just remembered something about Love Me Right that I did not mention. That oh my goodness, I can't dig it up because it's buried. But Love Me Right had Promise on there. Oh my gosh, how did I forget? Which is a song that Ixing made for the fans. How did I forget that was on there? Oh my gosh, but yeah, that was on there. Anyway, can I talk about this photo book? Because I absolutely hate, it starts off like this. Okay, you're oh, okay. But then, the whole photo book, you gotta, turn it this way. That makes no sense. And this is, not my favorite packaging at all. I like the book packaging, but I don't like it this. And then have it be an upward photo book. It's just not. Okay, let me stop complaining and move on to the repackage of Tempo, which is Love Shots, and I have both versions. This is their most recent release. It came out this month. Better packaging than Don't Mess Up My Tempo. Just a standard SM booklet type packaging, which is, you can't go wrong with this, to be honest. And my preferred photo book is actually the Love version because I just love the pinks and all the colors and stuff like that. I just think it's really, 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 really nice. The new songs are Love Shots, obviously, and then Trauma and Waits are the other 2 songs. I like Trauma. I don't think I listened to Wait yet, actually. So maybe I should do that. But yeah, pretty, I mean, it's okay as a repackage, but it's interesting to see EXO like get deeper in their career and like experiment on different sounds. Like, I appreciate them doing different things and not doing the same thing over and over again. Like, otherwise, like, you know, what's the point? So even if I'm not like screaming and like loving it, I can still appreciate it, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it for like EXO group things. There's only one soloist in EXO currently, and it's Yixing. So this is gonna be like Yixing's little section. I'm gonna start off with something that's not an album, but it's an Yixing related thing, so I'm gonna show it. It's his autobiography, Standing Firm at 24. And yeah. I've read this book countless times, like when it first came out, or when it was first translated, I should say, because this book is entirely in Mandarin. He talks about like his family, his time as a trainee in Korea, just about everything really, and it's just really, really interesting. And then he has like a lot of photos in here that are really, really nice. I actually want him to release another book. I think he would be really good at like fiction, like writing fiction. I don't think writing is his passion though. Like writing books, like writing music obviously is what he likes to do. But anyway, moving on to the albums. His first mini album, Lose Control. Such a good solo debut album. Oh, it's upside down. And I was surprised when Lose Control dropped, and it was like nothing that I was expecting. I was not expecting like something that was like slow and sensual. This whole album is just so good. Like, I can't, like, he really did that with his first album. Oh my goodness. The following year, in 2017, he came out with his second album. It's his first full album, and it was Sheep. Let me grab it. This album is so good and such a great follow-up to Lose Control. And like, is the track listing? Yeah. The track list down here. I Need You is such a cute little song. Like, it's just, the music video had his grandparents in it. He took them to France for the first time. I think it was the first time they'd ever been on an airplane. So that was really nice of him to do that. I thought that was really sweet. And to like dedicate a song, a music video to like his grandparents' love. I thought that was just like so, just so great and so Yixing in a way, because I think he's kind of like romantic. I love the sheep concept. The sheep is Yixing's zodiac sign, and it's also my zodiac sign because me and Yixing are the same age, in case anyone was wondering that, which you probably weren't, but anyway. And I also have the Korean press of the same album. This was the Chinese press, and it's the same thing. It just comes with this like little slip cover thing, and which I really like. But yeah, this was the Korean press. And lastly, I have his most recent album that came out this year, Namanana. I actually have 3 copies of this, but I'm just going to show the one because it's just one version of the album anyway. But oh my goodness, this album is amazing. Like, honestly, I was expecting amazing, but this is just like, I don't know, I just love it so much. And he released the album in Chinese and in English and put them in the same box. And this song really shows Yixing's growth, like vocal growth, because I feel like he's not the strongest vocalist, or he's not like a powerhouse, obviously, but like every year I can see his growth, and I really love seeing it as his fan, seeing how every year, like regardless of how popular he gets, he's always bettering himself. Now you can say that about like all of EXO really, but like this is about Yixing, so talking about Yixing, and how much like effort he puts in everything. You can see the effort, and as a fan, like, you just gotta appreciate it, because it's like he's not just taking me for granted. Like, he always gives back, and even if it's like I'm giving back by giving you great music, I'm giving back by, you know, whatever. Like, it's just, you can see it, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I really do love Yixing. Yixing is like, I know I said my bias in EXO was Chen, and it is. Chen is my main EXO bias, but I actually triple bias in EXO. So Yixing is kind of like second. So I bias Chen is my main, then Yixing, and then Xiumin. So yeah, and I really am a huge supporter of Yixing and everything he does, and I just want him to know that, you know, I really love him, and I'm so excited to see what he has in store for us for next year. Knowing Yixing, he has planned ahead, and everything is already set in stone, so really can't wait to see it. And that's it for Yixing things. Yeah, let's move on to subunits. Like the solos, there's only one subunit in EXO, and it's CBX. So starting off with their debut mini album, Hey Mama, and this is Chen's cover. Not much to say about this. I didn't really care for this debut at all, but I really loved the one. It's the song they really should have led with, in my opinion, because Hey Mama, and this album in general, it's like it doesn't really do much for me, unfortunately. But I had to get the album to support my baby Chen, and also got Schumann's cover because why not? And then after Hey Mama, they came out with their first Japanese album, Girls. This was their first mini album. I thought this album was okay. I loved Kaching, and Diamond Crystal. Oh my goodness, Diamond Crystal is an amazing song. Like, everyone was like hyping up like the other songs in here, but Diamond Crystal, it's a ballad, so maybe that's why people weren't really hyping it up, but it's so beautiful, and the lyrics are just so, oh my gosh, like, it's kind of random for them to have like a Japanese comeback, but yeah. And then I also have another version. I also have this version of Girls. I think this is the CD only. This is the CD and DVD version. There's a DVD in here as well as a CD, but this one I think is just the CD version. Next I have this version, which is the XOL Japanese, what am I saying? The XOL Japan fan club version, and it's LP sized. It has the same songs on it, but it's just big basically, and then inside you get like these huge poster type pictures of each member. And yeah, after Girls, they came out with their second Korean comeback, which is Blooming Days. Oh my gosh, and I have both copies. I have the Days version and the Blooming version, and oh my gosh, I've spoke about how much I love this album already, but I love this album. All these songs are so good. Like, literally every song is good. There's not one bad song on here. I'll never shut up about this album. Like, it'll be 10 years from now and I'll still be like, oh my god, CBX's Blooming Days, amazing album, oh my god. But like, yeah, it's that good, and it's probably definitely like high up on my favorite albums of 2018. Next up, they had their second Japanese comeback, which was Magic. I think it was a full album actually, not a mini album, and I don't own that yet, so I am like looking to get it really soon. Probably 2019 I'll have like those albums. I have like Chen's cover, and then I'll have Girls. But yeah, that's it for all of CBX's things that I own. Next up is the EXO merch that I have. Okay, so this is kind of like the like merchy section. It's not, I don't really have a lot of EXO merch, but I do have like some photo books. So first off, I'll show, oh my gosh, they're so heavy. First off, I have D-Young's, EXO's first photo book, and I have all three versions, the XOM version, XOK version, and this is the group one. So yeah, I have all three of these, and they're so heavy and they're so thick. And then randomly I have this Kai Esquire magazine. Yep. And then I have this EXO light stick, which is fake, and I keep it in this fake EXO light stick box. So here it is, and I have Chen, Yixing's, and Schumann's stickers on it. It's a good fake though, I'll give it that. I used it when I went to see them last year in New York, and then, you know, it did the job, so I'm not complaining. Eventually I do want to get a real one. Maybe when they come out with the third version, maybe I'll buy that one, and then I'll have like a official real EXO light stick. I mean, I guess this one from Exolution, which you can't even see, but it has EXO Planet #2, the Exolution on it. I got this from when I went to see them Exolution 2 years ago. and it's official because they sold it at the tour. Yeah, that's basically all the EXO merch that I have, which is so sad. I ordered the Dear Happiness photo book. It's actually in the Zenmarket warehouse right now, and I probably won't have it until like January or February, depending. So, but yeah, I do have that, and that's really it. Like, EXO doesn't really release like a lot of like photo books and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, this is like my sad little merch collection. I was actually thinking of like adding my like doll collection into this, but like I don't know, like I feel like that would have been too excessive, because I do have like a lot of EXO related like plushies. If you're interested in like plushies and stuff, I don't know, but just let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. Okay, so that concludes my EXO collection. It's not as interesting, I guess, but I'm happy with it so far. Obviously there's like little like things I want to get here and there, but for the most part I'm very satisfied with my EXO collection. Yeah, that's it. So if you like this, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Tell me like what's your favorite EXO album, who's your EXO bias, whatever. Let's talk EXO. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.